Welcome back, everyone. I'm glad you can make it. Thanks for joining us. Today on Celebrate Sausage, we're going to be making one of the most requested recipes that I think I get to date, snack sticks. Snack sticks are typically known for their smoky and tangy flavor. And commercially, there's a lot of different ways to achieve that tangy flavor. You can use products like encapsulated citric acid, or you can use something called Fermento. But in today's video, I'm going to show you how we achieve that tangy flavor, and we're going to do it naturally through the process of fermentation. So this will be the first video in our series where we delve deep into what it's like to ferment meat. And don't worry, I'm going to explain the entire process step by step. And if you follow the recipe that I've got in the description box below, your snack sticks are going to come out amazing. So let's make snack sticks.
For today's tangy snack sticks, we're going to be using a starter culture from the sausage maker called LHP. This is loaded with lactic acid producing bacteria, the same kind of bacteria you would find in sauerkraut, kimchi, and pickles. The minute we add this starter culture full of beneficial bacteria to the meat, those bacteria are going to begin consuming the sugar, and as they do, they're going to release lactic acid. The more lactic acid that they release, the tangier your snack sticks are going to be. The directions on the packet are incredibly easy to follow, but all we're going to do is mix some of this starter culture in some distilled water and let it rehydrate for about 30 minutes. Once we give it a little mix, we're going to set it to the side as we go ahead and prepare the rest of our ingredients for snack sticks. You can make snack sticks with whatever protein you want. In this case, I'm going to be using all beef, so I've got eye of round right there, and we're going to be using about 30% fat. And what I'm using is pork back fat for this recipe. I'm going to go ahead and pop this in the freezer for about 30 minutes so that it can firm up right before we grind it. For this recipe, we're going to be grinding our meat and fat twice. Our first grind is going to be on a 10 millimeter plate, or just the coarsest one that you have. And then we're going to put it back in the freezer till it chills up again. And then our second grind can be on a 6 millimeter plate, or if you have a 4.5 millimeter plate, that works fine. Once we're done grinding, I'm going to pop it back in the freezer for a little while, and this is about where I want my temperature just before I mix it. Now, because I'm going to be doing this in a KitchenAid stand mixer, I've got to do it in batches. So I'm going to go ahead and mix my seasoning with my meat now and just toss it all together. Once I've got my seasonings relatively incorporated, I'm going to take that starter culture that's been rehydrating, and I'm just going to put it right on top. And that's it. That's how you add a starter culture to your meat. We're going to give that a little mix, and then I'm going to start working in batches. This particular KitchenAid can do about 4.5 pounds. We're going to start mixing that mincemeat on about a medium speed until that mixture begins to get really tacky. Every so often we stop the machine, we remove the meat from the paddles, and then we started it back up. But once it gets really sticky, it's ready to get stuffed into your casings. Now, for this particular recipe, we've got two choices. I can use some sheep casings that we got from the sausage maker, or I can use some collagen casings that we got from the sausage maker. Either one of these options work fine, and whichever you choose to use, you're going to have an amazing snack stick. In this case, I think we're going to go with the collagen casings. It's time to go ahead and put our mincemeat into those collagen casings to form our snack sticks. Let's get that ready. Now it's time to ferment our snack sticks. And to ferment your snack sticks, all you got to do is place them in an area that's between 80 and 100 degrees. In my case, my kitchen's pretty hot, so I'm just going to hang them in my kitchen. But if you have an oven with a light on, that would be perfect. Keep them in there for about 18 hours. And during that 18-hour period, they're going to start to ferment, and they're going to become more acidic, which is going to give you that natural tangy flavor. I'm going to go ahead and place these into our smoker, because the next step of this particular process, now that they're fermented, is to smoke them. We're going to smoke these snack sticks low and slow. And when I mean low and slow, I'm talking low and slow. In the recipe that you'll find in the description box, I'm going to be sure to put my smoking schedule. And all we're going to do is start at about 110 degrees, something like that, and just gradually increase that temperature over the next 7 or 8 hours until the internal temperature of our snack sticks get to about 145. If you cook your snack sticks too hot and too fast, your fat will render out and it's going to leave you with a dry, crumbly product. And nobody wants that. So it's been about 9 hours of cooking. Our snack sticks are done and we want to immediately stop the cooking process. So we're going to give them a quick ice water bath, which is also going to keep the casings from shriveling up. If you want your snack sticks to be darker, you can take them out of the water and let them bloom for a few hours at room temperature. And this is what our snack sticks now look like the following day. They smell amazing. You've got a nice hickory smell coming from these particular snack sticks. And you know what? The ultimate test is how do they taste? So let's give it a little bite and see what happens. Ooh, that's tangy. That's smoky. That's amazing.
And that's how we made snack sticks. These things are tangy, they're smoky, they're incredibly flavorful, they're super juicy, and they're not greasy. Be sure to check out the recipe in the description box below. It's printable, you can adjust the quantities, and you can always ask me a question in the comment section. Stay tuned because tomorrow we've got a brand new recipe to share with you here on Celebrate Sausage. See you tomorrow.